I'm Dr. Amanda Nealon from Oceania Scientific Services, and welcome to an introduction in data analysis in R. This is clip 6 of 6, the final session. Let's see how you go putting together some of the things you've learnt in the last 5 clips and extending it today with adding our final parts to our script, which include adding some time series data. We're going to look at the fish we caught over the last 8 days. Okay, let's begin. So by the end of this clip, we're going to try to achieve a little plot like this. This shows time and length of 2 different fish caught and how their length might change each day. We can see blue fish data on the top line and our silver fish data on the second line. We're going to create this as our script, which looks similar to our last one, but we're adding on these top 5 lines which define a date string. We'll then create our silver and blue fish data set. Instead of using 5, we're going to feed in n to represent the length of our time data set. And then we'll modify our data frame to include this new line showing the date. Now let's go to R. Minus here. Opening R. So open the last script you created in clip number 5. Again, we have our name, the date we made the script, and we're going to use our 3 main sections. There's data, visualization, and analysis. Let's go to our data section. So far you have a silver and a blue fish, which create a little data frame. Let's add a few lines of code above this. Let's start by adding in today's date. Call it today, and then call it capital S-Y-S dot, it's already being suggested to me, date, sysdate. Control enter. If you have a look here, you can now see the date, 2019, 3rd month, 16th day. Excellent. Next, TM, sequence of 1 to 8, because I'd like the last 8 days from now in steps of 1. Perfect. I now have the numbers over here, TM 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 8. Great. Capture underscore date, today minus TM. And now I have a string of 8 dates, which are the last 8 days from today. Now I would like to define the length so I can use this information to feed in my lengths of my silver and blue fish. Let's do that. N number is the length of capture date. There we go. And S is the reverse sequence, SEQ, from 1 to N. Perfect. Replace your 5s now with the letter N, which would technically be the letter 8. 8 is the length. Now we can run this all together just to check the whole sequence is in place. Perfect. Let's modify our data frame now to include our new line of dates. I'm going to call it date equals rep. You need the word capture date, which is the name of the data set we're looking to put in. Capture date. Good. Each time it'll be repeated once. Excellent. And the other thing we have to update is now we need the word silverfish repeated 8 times because our data set is 8 in length. We could have alternatively put the letter N for 8. Control enter. Excellent. Let's have a look at our fish data set. I can type it in here and there we go. I now have my silverfish, a date, a fish name and a length. Let's create our first plot. Type in the word plot. Y1 is the name of the vector we'd like to predict using our information of capture date. We're now looking at the data from just the silverfish, which was Y1. You can see here each of these points represents a different length. This way is very useful for when we already have our fish defined as two separate vectors, so we didn't need to use the subset command in our data frame. We can talk about that in later sessions. Let's have a go at now setting this plot up so we can more easily see the points which represent our silverfish and add points on for our bluefish. Comma, PCH, this defines the shape. Color defines the color of these points. Perfect. And type equals L. L defines this plot as a line plot. Now I have a nice line. I also need to set the X and Y labels. We've done this before with the box plot. It's the same syntax. So xlab equals date, ylab equals length in centimeters. That's looking better. We can also use comma and define our Y limit to make sure we have enough space to put on our additional data related to the bluefish from 10 to 50. Use the points command to add additional points on for the bluefish. That's Y2 is predicted by capture date. There we go. Okay, we have some points. I can change L to B for both points and lines. And I can add the lines command to add on the bluefish's line. Capture date. There we go. Now I have two lines, one representing length of fish for our bluefish and our silverfish. Again, it's the same COL to change the color. Oh, light blue, and I can do the same down here. Lovely. Okay, in further clips, I'll show you a little bit more about how to change and set up the legend in this and get a bit more control on what it looks like. Before we go, let's finish off exporting the t-test results from our last session. So past our box plot we made, there we go. We then made a t-test where we did species used to predict length for the data fish. Let's now concatenate these into a vector and export that to our folder. To do this, simply type in each statistic name you're looking for. So out dollars, parameter for the degrees of freedom, out dollars, p dot value for the significance itself. I'm going to call it quick out, concatenate, open and close brackets. Insert these three values so I can copy and paste using comma separation. One more comma. Excellent. Okay, and now when I run this, quick out is now occupied with three values. My T, my degrees of freedom, and my significance. I can now send this to the folder we're working in using write CSV. Write CSV, quick out, comma, inside of quotation marks, quickout.csv. Excellent. Now if that has not appeared in the correct spot, don't forget, check your working directory. Session, set working directory, and make sure you're still working through the folder we originally set up. And it was in set. You can always repaste this in, run it again, and then you'll be able to see. Now when you go to your folder, the exported statistics. I hope you've enjoyed this series. Please visit my website to get all of the support material, Oceania Scientific Services.